After coming from school, you remove your bag and throw there, and you say to your parent or your mother, Mom, today we don't have any homeworks. We don't have any test. So today can I play more time or can I skip tuition for today? Because today no homeworks now. Can I skip tuition? Can I play more time? If your mother is very strict, no, don't skip tuition. Go and sit in the tuition center and do some work. If your mother is very lenient, say it's okay, go and play. And they will not say the importance of reading the lesson at home because they don't know that. And you also don't know the importance of reading the lesson because no one trained you to read the lesson or reading skills to read the lesson at home. That's why you say today no homework. Today all teachers explain the classes. And you feel that when there is exams, you need to study. When there is a homework, you need to do the works. That much. You completely ignore reading the lesson at home. Hi, this is Roy Kumar Kata. Welcome to Blinking Minds EduTech. Today we are going to learn the importance of reading the lesson at home. So, the system of study, we have 5 principles in the system of study. We have learned listening and understanding in my previous video, and today we are going to discuss the importance of reading the lesson at home. Reading the lesson, this principle will work as a bridge between these 2 principles, first 2 principles in the system of study and the last 2 principles in the system of study. So this will help you to become topper, to learn better. Why? What will you get by reading the lesson? So we'll discuss today what you will get when you read the lesson. When you finish your lessons in the class, your teacher explained, and you came home, first half an hour, if you are sitting for 2 hours in the study hours, or if you are going for a tuition, first half an hour you need to read the lesson what the teachers explained in the class. All the subjects, whatever the subjects happened in the class, that you need to read. So what you will get when you read the lesson, if you listen and understand in the class, and you will get the entire picture what happened in the class, how teacher explained, what kind of examples teacher gave in the class. So this you will get explanation of lesson. You will get the explanation of the lesson, how teacher explained, what examples they give. And second, you will come to know when you read the lesson which points you have understood, which topic you have understood, and which topics or which points you have not understood. Then you will come to know. So if you read the lesson, you will come to know what you understood, what you didn't understand. So for this, you need to read the lesson. So what you understood and what you didn't understand. So when you come to know that what you understood, what you didn't understand, if you understood everything is fine. When you don't understand something, then you need to ask your teachers again, or you need to ask your tuition centers or ask your parents what is about this. And when you don't understand in the class, that means you will come to know where were you in the class. Did you listen in the class or did you understand in the class? So you are not understand the subject or the topic in the lesson. That means you are not listen to the topic at that time. See, as I mentioned you in my previous video, that every principle in the system of study is interlinked. So these all will connect to each other. If you follow in a perfect way, then you will become the topper. As I said, now see, when you read the lesson, when you don't understand, that means you are not in the class. You might be dreaming or distracting or diverting something to somebody else. So this will come to know. Then you can rectify this. Yes, at this point of time, I was dreaming. I was distracting. I was playing something. I was doing this. So that your brain makes you next time don't do this. If you do this, you are not able to understand in topic what teachers are explaining in the class. So when the brain trains in this way, then you start focusing in the class without going to distractions and diversions, deviations. You will be keeping focus in the class. So when you read the lesson, first you have listened and understood in the class, which means the topic is went inside your brain. The words, the topics or the formulas, the equations, or whatever we say, that all went first time into your brain. So it can't store everything, whatever you have listened in the class, everything it cannot be stored. So at certain point, few students will have 30%, 40%, 50%, 70%, 80%. Then if you concentrate more and listen, then you can get 70% of storage in your brain. When you come back, when you read the lesson, and you are going to repeat the lesson, or repeat the words, repeat the topic in your brain again. That means you are 85 to 90% of the subject or the topic you have taken inside of your brain. As I said, conscious brain and subconscious brain. You have consciously listened in the class and stored in your subconscious brain. When you are reading this lesson, that subconscious brain will awaken and tell you what you have done, how did you listen in the class, and what are the topics. It already stored. So in your subconscious brain, you are repeating the second time. You are thinking about it by reading the lesson. That means then the 2 times you have repeated. 2 times you have repeated the topics by reading the lesson. Now, so this first part is over. When you listened in the class and you are reading the lesson, how you listened in the class, it is making you to understand how you listened in the class. What you understood, what you didn't understand. And it became 2 times repeated in your brain, that means subconscious brain. And when it comes to the learning, when you start learning the answers, in your brain, the topic is already there in your brain. And when you read the lesson, what you listen and what you read, this make you to more familiar with the words. So the learning will happen very easily. You can learn very fast. See, if you are taking a lot of time to learn the answers, if you are taking a lot of time to understand and take it in your brain, that means you have not followed these 3 principles. Right? So that's why I said reading is the bridge between the first two principles and the last two principles. When you read the lesson, when you understand it clearly, what you learned, what you have not understood, what you have understood, what you have not understood, then you can ask the doubts with what you didn't understand. You can learn easily by understanding the topic. So there is no chance for you to by heart the answers. There is no chance for you to cram the answers. You can understand because you have already understood the concept, so it goes very easily into your brain. That means just you are repeating third time. First you went into your brain topic, and second time you are read, and third time it is going into your brain directly. It's already there in your brain. You are just repeating the process, what exactly you want, for what questions, what answer you want. Only that part you are doing. See, your entire topic is there in your brain. Listening in the class, you took entire topic, and read the lesson, you read the entire lesson. And when it comes to learning, what we learn the question and answers. So you are learning in the process, what question, what answer we should give. So for this, you start learning. This will help you when you are the 3 times, 4 times it happened in your 3 times it happened in your brain, and it will become easy for you to memorize because it's already there in your memory. In a subconscious brain, it is already there, entire topic. So the way you celebrate your birthday and remember for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, you talk with your friends, say with your friends. So after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, then when we ask how did you celebrate your second birthday, third birthday, or where did you go, then immediately you will say this, yes, on that day we went, somebody came, my relatives came. So like this you will say, because you have repeated n number of times in your brain. So when you repeat the topics or the lessons in your brain more and more, it will be in your brain for more or longer days. So for that, you need to read the lesson at home. And the third one is, it will help you to read the lesson or learning reading skills. It will help you to read the reading skills, or you can identify the vocabulary, which is tough one, how to pronounce it. See, you have just listened in the class how teacher is explaining. But when you start reading the lesson, then you start speaking out this spellings, or speaking out the pronunciation, or you can use the terms how they are using in that, how they are framing the sentences. Then you can create your own speaking skills, communication skills, or pronunciation. This all will come when you read the lesson. When you start reading the lesson on a regular basis, daily, then you will get that entire communication, grip on your subject. And fifth one is, when you read the lesson, you get the pleasure. How? When you read the lesson, when you listen and understood in the class, when you read the lesson, when you remember all the things happen, how teacher explained, what kind of jokes you have in the class, and how your friends answered, who said wrong answer, who said right answer, and what teacher said to some of your friends, then how did the class happen in the class. So everything you remember in your brain. And when you, suppose if you are answered in the class, when teacher asked the question, before everybody you answered, then some sort of positiveness, the vibration, it will come into your body. So when it comes to your body, then you feel like more positive, you feel like more stronger, you feel like I can do anything, you feel like I can achieve anything. So you will not waste the time. You will not waste the time in 2 hours. In 2 hours of study hours at home, you completely utilize the time, and it makes you to be positive towards your studies the rest of the time. See, first half an hour you are concentrating on reading the lessons what teachers have explained in the class. So when you are reading the lesson, so your positive vibrations started, because what you know, what you heard in the class, that only you are reading again, and you can get what happened in the class, how it happened. So you can, the rest of the time, if you are sitting for 2 hours, the next 1.5 hour, you can concentrate on other things, because you will come to know what to do, how to learn. If today, tomorrow teacher asks these questions, then how I need to answer. So I will prepare for that. If tomorrow teacher asks the incomplete of work, if anybody's when somebody don't do in the tuition center, means don't do homeworks, at that time what teachers used to say. So I should not get that scoldings or words from the teachers, you are incompleting the homeworks or like that. So what you'll do, you'll do your homeworks. This all will make you by reading the lesson. You will understand what happening in the class. See, from after coming from the school, you just come to home and you say that if you have homeworks, you start writing the homeworks. You ignore complete reading the lesson. And you complete the homeworks, or if any test is there tomorrow, you read that, learn that question and answers, and you'll go to school. You will not know what happened in the class. After going to school, then you will come to know, array, yesterday happened like this, and today is the same thing. See, when you sit at home, what happened, how teachers who didn't do homework, who didn't give answers, and if you read the lesson and everything, it will come into your brain. That time you can rectify your mistakes. What are the mistakes you are doing? What are the mistakes other students are doing? So how I should avoid those mistakes? How I should not repeat the same mistakes in the next class? When you sit first half an hour in the study hours, then this all will come. And this will help you what you have listened, and it will help you when you learn it. Just reading the lesson. Because no one will explain you this, what is the importance of reading the lesson at home. So don't ignore from now. It's a mandatory and it's a compulsory. Keep in your mind that if you are studying, if it is exam is there, if it is homeworks are there, lot of homeworks are there, don't skip reading the lessons, because that will help you to learn the answers. That will help you to rectify your mistakes. That will help you what you have understood in the class, what you didn't understood in the class. See, if you ignore this, if you only concentrate on writing the homeworks in the tuition center or learning for the examinations, see, without doing this, if you learn, what is the use? So read the lesson. How to read the lesson now? So read the lesson in a proper way. What are the important points? Highlight. Take the notes. What teacher explained for these examples? How teacher explained, how teacher gave the examples for this particular topic, or particular point, and what are those? Write in your own words. Because when you write this, you are completing learning also. Simultaneously, you are doing the learning. So it will not take much time when you start learning the answers. You will finish in the past few seconds or few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, you will learn any answer. Because you have learned, you have listened in the class, you have understood, you have taken notes, and you have how teacher explained, everything is there in your brain. What is there? To put it in a frame. So for that, this is very, very important, because that's why we call the bridge. Most of the students are breaking this bridge. They are going to school, listening or don't listening, not listening, it's there, it's your problem. And only concentrating on learning, and if they have time, they memorize the answers for the examinations, for the sake of examinations. That's it. They are breaking the bridge. This bridge they are not doing. They completely ignored. See, if you are the person, if you are ignoring this, reading the lessons at home, you have break the bridge. Because when you don't read the lesson, what is happened in the class, you are not listening, you are not remembering at home, and you are not going to help your learning without reading the lesson. Because you don't know what you understood, what you didn't understand in the class. You just listened, and when the examination comes, then you started focusing on learning. So there is no bridge. That's why you are average, below average, above average. If you are 80 to 80% of marks, if you are getting 80% of marks, that means why you are not able to go reach to the 100%, because you are missing this, or you might be missing something else. So don't, if you are missing this reading skills or reading the lessons at home, don't do it. From now, keep in your mind, write it in your mind that every day after going from school or the college, before start doing the homeworks, before start learning the answers, I need to study or read the lessons. When you read the lessons, then you will understand what happened in the class, then what is going to happen while learning. So this is the most important point, important principle in the system of study. So don't ignore it, and this will help you a lot in your improvement to shift from your average to topper position, topper student. Okay, thank you, all the best.